So you will see tonight, we have a very, very, very nice, crisp, HD quality, and that is because we are doing recent pickups live. I used to do recent pickups on YouTube, right? It was a series that I had on my channel because I was documenting my game collection, and that's still something that I want to do on the internet. I want to document and show off my game collection because it's like something I'm really passionate about. So this live stream is being cut up for YouTube. Hello and welcome to Recent Pickups Live, the edited edition if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're here live in the chat, feel free to say hi, because it will come up on the stream and you might make it into YouTube. So, oh, hello as well, Guilty. Welcome, welcome. So basically we're just going to get into the games I picked up. Basically, because I haven't been picking up a lot of games recently, the games that I picked up would have been from February until now. I haven't actually picked up any games in April, so it's basically games I picked up during February, March. I have some great pickups tonight, so we're just gonna get into them. So what game do I start with tonight? So, first game that I picked up is Pokemon Legends Arceus. So this is obviously the new Pokemon game that came out on Switch. I said I wasn't gonna get it, and then I seen all the footage, and I'd actually booked that weekend off work, and then I was watching like loads of people streaming it. I watched RT Games stream like most of the game, and it was absolutely fantastic. And then I ended up buying it. It's been great. I'm still playing it. I'm trying to complete all of the missions, trying to complete the Pokedex, trying to get the rank 10. There is so much to do in this game. I'm almost like 100 hours into it. I'm currently working on a blog post about it as well, so that's going to be something. When I finish the game, I'm going to finish the blog post. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm absolutely loving this game. This was what Pokemon needed. You know when people say that like, oh, Pokemon's boring, it's the same thing over and over and over again? This is the difference. This is what they needed to make, and they did it. And I am so worried for Gen 9. I know like the starters in that game look awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. I will obviously buy it, but I hope that it's like took the lessons that it learned from Arceus, and I hope the developers put that into Gen 9, if that makes sense. I hope it's like a perfect mix of like mainline Pokemon and like Arceus, basically open world Pokemon. Kind of like the way Sword and Shield had that wild area. I feel like that's what they were building up to with the wild area. They wanted this, really. I absolutely love this game. And I also noticed this today, and I didn't notice it when I bought the game, or I didn't notice it at all, and I didn't hear anybody talk about it online. There's a little Pokeball on the side of the spine. There's a little Pokeball there. And another game, so basically I picked this up in game. I just went in the game and I just bought it. And I also picked up in game Deathloop. This was on sale. I walked in the game and this was on sale, new and sealed for £29. Which is not bad. Usually if I see a PS5 game on sale, I will buy it because this is usually like £70 and I got it for £29 and I think it's a steal. I haven't played Deathloop at all. I've literally just took the cellophane off this. It came with a little pamphlet for Ghostwire Tokyo and Doom Eternal. Never played Doom. Heard it's good though. And then it came with a little control sheet. You don't really get these things anymore, you know. But Deathloop was a PlayStation exclusive, but then Bethesda was bought by Microsoft, so it's gonna go to other platforms now. Same as Ghostwire Tokyo, which is why it's advertised in here. I haven't played this yet. Game looks super interesting. I know like a lot of, like when it was coming up on release, every single like state of play, you've seen it 100 times. E3, you've seen the game 100 times. I got sick of looking at this game, but I have to say it looks good. I've heard good things about it. I've heard the ending's a bit disappointing. I'm not sure what I'll think of it, but I'm glad I paid, what I paid for it. I'm happy paying that for a new PS5 game, so I will get round to this at some point. I just haven't got round to it yet. That's what I picked up in game, and this would have been like the end of February I picked these up. But I do have a little story to tell you about game. If you can cast your minds back to when I done recent pickups in January, I talked about how much of a shambles ordering from game was and how I was going to try and distance my business from them. Well, the guy that sold me Arceus and Deathloop was an absolute sales genius. Now, this guy got me to sign up to a Game Elite membership. So now I'm a Game Elite member, which means to get my money's worth from this purchase. Because I had to pay like, I was like 30 odd pound. I paid for a year membership of Game Elite. I produced my game card, and he was just like, why do you still have a game card? Because obviously with COVID, it was actually the first time that I actually went into a game store and I actually bought something. I hadn't done that in a while, because I had just been ordering stuff online because of COVID. And this guy was like, why do you still have like the physical game card? I've had it for like, I would say I've had it for maybe about 6 years. He was just like, I can't believe does that still work? And he scanned it and he was like, oh, it does still work. So it worked, I got my points. And he was just like, do you know that you've got like £18 on this card? And I was like, yeah, I just built up the points and I use it to like get money off consoles then when they release. Like I can usually maybe get about £20-30. And he was saying, you know, if you had have been a Game Elite member, that would have been £180. And that's what got me. He talked me through it and he was just like, you know, you would get so much more of your purchases, like you would get so much more money, you would save so much money in video games if you were a Game Elite member. So I ended up signing up to Game Elite, and now I'm a Game Elite member. And so far, honestly, the membership does feel like it's been worth it. Yeah, it just means that I have to shop a game more now, despite the fact I said that I would not shop a game as much, but that guy was really good at his job and he got me, and now I'm a Game Elite member. If I'm pre-ordering any new releases, I'm gonna have to do it for a game just to get my money's worth. And you get a $5 on your birthday, which is pretty cool. So another game that I got for the PS5, my mom actually bought me it when I lost my job. She bought it to me because she was just like, look, you know, I'll get you something, and I'm really thankful that it was a really nice thing that she did. I'm really thankful that she did it. And that game is, and it's gonna surprise you because like I'm all for like physical game preservation, and you know, I don't like live service games. I tend not to like multiplayer things. Anything that's too connected to a server, I don't tend to like or support or play, because I believe that games, once the game's released, it should be playable forever. But this game's awesome. It's Gran Turismo 7. It's a really good game. It's hardwired to the internet. There's been a lot of controversy with this game, but I'm having a blast with it. I'm just basically playing the single player stuff. Like I'm going through like the missions and I'm going through the menu books. I'm just taking my time and just going through this. I always said that I love racing games, and I've never really got into like a realistic racer before, like Gran Turismo. I have Gran Turismo A spec, 3A spec, or is 2? I think it's 3, on the PlayStation 2, and I could not get the hang of that game. I liked it, I couldn't get the hang of it though. I like Forza Motorsport. I have Forza Motorsport on the Xbox 360. That game's awesome. I liked it. But I didn't really fully get into it, and I've always wanted to get into like a sort of realistic racer. And I got into Gran Turismo 7. It's really, really beginner friendly, and I think that was what I needed. It's just so much fun, and the DualSense feels awesome. Absolutely, it just feels so good in the hand, and you can actually, when you're pressing like the brake to like brake the car, you can actually like feel it. I reacted to a State of Play live, if you want to see that. In the edited version, there'll be a card up there. I got it right, there's a card up there. That's what really, really pushed me to get this game, because I was like, technically, this game just absolutely blew me away, and I had to get it. I'm on like the last couple menu books, and those races are difficult. Like if you don't know what you're doing by that point, which I do not know what I'm doing, they're tough. It took me like 2 hours to get through one of the menu books, so like I kept having to like reset the race, because I kept screwing it up. And now for the last game that I picked up. Now, this game is a retro game. This is a game that Nintendo announced that they're doing a remaster of. For me, I always like to have and play the original game before I get the remaster. I don't know why I do that. I prefer having the original game and the remaster, and at least giving like giving the original version a shot before I play the remaster. It's a weird thing that I do. It's a game called Alive Alive, and this is a Super Famicom game. This is a real live Super Famicom version of the game. This is the original version, and you're not gonna believe what I picked this game up for. This game was £10. The reason why I bought this was because I feel like this didn't have a high print run in Japan, and it was only released in Japan, and because it was quite an obscure title, I don't think a lot of people actually know it existed until it was like announced to be re-released. I've heard a lot of people that who have played it have said like this is a really, 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 really good JRPG. And I was like, you know what? I have a feeling that this is gonna go way up in price. And I've seen somebody in the UK selling it for a tenner. And like I've seen copies going for like way, way more than that, maybe like £40. And it's in really, really, really nice condition. It's a little bit yellowed. It's not, the camera's picking it up as quite yellowed. It's not that yellowed. I don't speak or read Japanese, but I can actually, I have a Retron 5, which I've been using to stream from, so we can actually stream this. I probably will stream this game at some point, but what I can do is I can put an English translation patch on this, and we can run it off that. So when everybody is running about playing the remaster of this game, I'm going to be playing the original Super Famicom version on an original Super Famicom cartridge. Out of all the stuff I picked up, this is the coolest to me, and I'm so happy that I have it. This game looks so cool. The minute I seen the trailer at that latest Nintendo Direct, I was just like, I want this game. What is this game? I want it. And then I found out that it was like a game that like a lot of people had called to come to the West for the first time. I'd never heard of it until the Direct, but I'm so happy when Nintendo brings like these games that weren't released here originally. I'm so happy to see like companies like Square and Nintendo bring them to people and show them to people, because retro games are awesome, and if you can bring that to like a new audience, it's cool. This is really cool. So yeah, Live Alive. I've got the original cartridge. I feel like this is gonna go way up in price, and so I'm glad I jumped the gun on it and bought it. But that is all my recent pickups for February, March, April 2020. I just thought that it was time to kind of show what I had picked up for the collection recently. So I think if we pick anything else up, it'll probably be shown here in another 2 months. But thanks for sitting through that, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing what games I picked up. I really just love talking about the games that I picked up because I love picking up games for the collection. It's always good fun.